First of all, before I begin, I would like to say, of course, thank you. Ah, yes, thank you for giving me all of the subscribers, my loyal viewers. I don't know, I feel like the uptick, probably because of like the Persimonella, that got me some views, and also the Smiling Friends video. But, still, they gave me popularity. Thank you so much for subscribing. And also for the record, I would like to say, this book was so tiny. Like, here's a picture of it, like, compared to my hand. Like, oi, vavoy. Small book. But, okay, so, here is Rick and Morty, Flip the Pickle. Rick and Morty, Flip the Pickle by Rob Perlman, Running Press, Philadelphia. Introduction. Premiering in 2013, Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland's Rick and Morty became one of the most talked about news series on television, chronicling the cross-dimensional adventures of and dysfunctional relationships of scientific genius Rick Sanchez, voiced by Justin Roiland, and his grandson Morty Smith, also Roiland. The series also featured Rick's daughter and Morty's mother, Beth, voiced by Sarah Chalk, Morty's sister Summer, Spencer Grammer, Beth's husband Jerry, Chris Parnell, and a menagerie of aliens, including King Jellybean, Fart, Mr. Poopy Butthole, Mr. Meeseeks, and countless alternate universe versions of Rick's and Morty's. But it wasn't until Pickle Rick, the third episode of Season 3 in 2017, when Rick and Morty's popularity transcended cult status to become a true pop culture phenomenon. And a little Pickle Rick picture. Teased to a crowd of thousands nearly a year before at Comic-Con International San Diego, Pickle Rick not only challenged the creators and writers to come up with a story explaining why Rick would turn himself into a pickle, but they also write themselves out of the pickle they'd put themselves in. What happens next? Pickle Rick afforded loyal fans to a different and deeper understanding of the characters, while giving new fans a hilarious and emotionally satisfying introduction to Rick and Morty's universe. Well, one of them at least. The Story of Pickle Rick. And a little piece of relish slapped onto the page. Morty! Even from the bathroom, when he was getting ready, Morty could hear his grandpa Rick calling out for him, following the voice through the garage to the workbench. Morty came upon a lone pickle. Come on, flip the pickle, Morty. You're not gonna regret it. The payoff is huge. I turned myself into a pickle, Morty. Boom! Big reveal. I'm a pickle. What do you think about that? I turned myself into a pickle. Wait, what? What are you starting at me, bro? I turned myself into a pickle, Morty. I'm Pickle Rick! Morty stared down, wondering why Rick would turn himself into a pickle. Affronted by this question, Rick informs Morty that the reason anyone would do this, if they could, which they can't, would be because they could, which they can't. Beth and Summer join the conversation to remind both Rick and Morty of their family therapy appointment. Exasperated that he does not recall this commitment, Beth reminds Rick of the weeks-old arrangement. Still feigning memory, Rick explains that he is in no condition to attend a therapy session on account of him being a pickle. Seeing this as a rouse, Morty accuses Rick of deliberately turning himself into a pickle to get out of school-ordered family therapy session. Understanding of Morty's suspicions, Rick assured the family that if Beth needed him to, he would attend. Nobody needs anything, Beth replies, as Morty notices the strange concoction above them. Hey, Rick, he said, why is there a syringe of mysterious fluid hanging directly above you? Also, why is the string attached to it running through a pair of scissors attached to a timer? And why is the time set to 10 minutes from now? Exactly when we would have left for therapy. Caught, Rick explains that the syringe is completely unrelated to their discussion and warranted no further explanation. Irritated but satisfied, Beth snipped the syringe off the string and placed it in her purse. Content on leaving, Beth, Summer, and Morty drove away, leaving Rick to his pickled devices. As Rick plotted his next move, a neighborhood cat, Izzy, found her way into the garage. Thinking the pickle was a snake, the cat bat Rick off the workbench, across the garage floor, and onto the driveway. Pickled and defenseless, Rick realizes he is no match for the elements as he began to dry out in the hot sun. Just as Rick began to lose hope of dying as a human, it began to rain. The watery salvation soon turned treacherous, however, as the storm washed him down a nearby drain. Rick fell down into the sewer, unsure of how to get out of this one. Spotting a passing cockroach, he bit his lip hard enough for brine to flow out. The cockroach, attracted by the salty liquid, approached Rick, who bit the insect's head long and hard enough not only to kill it, but to expose its roach brain. Using his tongue, Rick poked and prodded the roach's brains, realizing he could manipulate its body to move himself along the sewer floor. "Oh, is this your friend?" Using the roach body and garbage he found in the sewer, Rick fashioned a lethal exoskeleton around himself just in time to take on a scavenging rat, which he quickly destroyed. Aware of Rick's kill, a wave of rats swarmed the sewers, throwing themselves at the grate in an attempt to consume the pickle. Wasting neither time nor resources, Rick managed. Oh yeah. Ha ha ha. To use the rat's dead body to build himself a more advanced exoskeleton with arms, legs, and the ability to kick ass. Using his wits and the rat's muscles, Rick expertly terminates the entire rat horde. "I love myself!" Rick exclaims to himself, surrounded by the bloody remains of his rodent opponents. Strapped into the Ratcraft jetpack, Rick launched himself up into the pipes and out of an office toilet. Unfamiliar with his whereabouts, Rick roamed through the halls, soon finding himself before a set of elevator doors. After parkouring up the buttons, Rick is surprised when the door opened and he was faced with 3 men in dark suits. "Hey, it's cool, just need to find the nearest exit." The men, startled by Rick's pickle form, drew their weapons and shot at the unfamiliar foe. Escaping through the air ducts and mail tubes, Rick made his way throughout the building. Rick used air ducts and mail tubes to get around the building, collecting a lethal cache of office supplies along the way, stopping only once to shame the building's occupants by transferring a bottle from the trash to the recycling bin. Rick, annoyed at this nuisance, called the director, demanding to be let out, only to be informed that his mere presence in the building violated international law. Fearful of the power of the fighting pickle displayed, the men dubbed him Solenia, or the Pickle Man, the villain of an old wives' tale in which a sentient pickle crawls from the bowls of cold soup to steal the dreams of wasteful children. But this pickle, Rick explained, does not care about their hello children. He wasn't going to take their dreams. He was going to take their parents. Using his own pickle strength and battery-powered lasers, Rick charged through minion after minion. Having no choice, the director released his captive, Jaguar, to find and kill the Pickle Man. In an epic office-based battle, both Jaguar and Pickle Rick fought for their escape, injuring one gotta reload another in the process, stopping only to cauterize their own wounds. Their fight continued until the surveillance cameras were destroyed, leaving the director without an eye on the combat. Thinking Rick had killed Jaguar, the director offered an unseal of the building to let the pickle man go, but Rick wanted more. He was coming for the director, offering Rick $100 million in bonds in exchange for his life. Rick refused, telling him to give it to Jaguar's daughter. To Jaguar's shock and disappointment, the director admitted that passing the bonds to his daughter would not be possible because she was dead. Running to the roof to escape by helicopter, the director was shocked when it started to take off without him. Feeling the impending doom upon seeing Jaguar in the pilot seat, Rick took a drag from a cigarette, igniting an explosion below, destroying the building and killing the director. As Jaguar readied himself to jump out of the helicopter, he suggested that though it was too late for him to tell his daughter he loved her, it was not too late for Rick. "She knows," Pickle Rick said. "We don't really buy into that kind of crap to the extent that love is an expression of familiarity over time. My access to infinite timelines precludes the necessity of attachment. In fact, I even abandoned one of my infinite daughters in an alternate version of Earth that was taken over by mutants." "Okay, good luck with that," said Jaguar as he jumped. Rick walked into Dr. Wong's office finally, ready to participate in the family therapy. How bad could it be after what he's just dealt with? After making himself comfortable, Rick admits that he never wanted to go to therapy, stating, "I don't respect therapy because I'm a scientist, because I invent, transform, create, and destroy for a living. And when I don't like something about the world, I change it. And I don't think going to a rented office in a small strip mall to listen to some agent of averageness explain which words mean which feelings has ever helped anyone do anything. I think it's helped a lot of people get comfortable and stop panicking, which is a state of mind we value in the animals we eat, but not something I want for myself. I'm not a cow. I'm a pickle when I feel like it." On the way home from therapy, Rick apologized to Beth for lying to her about the reasons he turned himself into a pickle. She gave Rick the syringe, and he turned back into a human, just a little bit worse for wear. They agreed that they should drop the kids off and go tie one on at Smokey's Tavern or Shoney's. Morty and Summer listen in the back, wondering if they were ever going back to therapy. Some time and place later, Rick and Morty have fallen victim to the evil Concerto's plot. Tied to the inside of a giant piano, Rick and Morty panic as they watch the nearby hammers. "Oh my God!" that eventually aim to crush them. Rick attempts to comfort his grandson, when suddenly, Jaguar, evening his score with Rick, swoops in, killing Concerto, and saving Rick and Morty from certain death. "Who was that, Rick?" "That, Morty, is why you don't go to therapy." This book has been bound using methods and Smith-sewn to ensure durability. Designed by Christopher Eads and Ashley Todd. Written by Rob Perlman. And the back of the pickle.